You know, I've done a lot of different segments on how to make pegboards, cork boards, message boards, but I have to say this is one of my favorite. I'm just starting with a very simple magnetic board, and what we're going to do is embellish it, but not just with anything, right? Because it is magnetic, that means we can use magnets to decorate it with, which makes it temporary, right? You can change the look. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my grand caliber. This is my cutting and embossing machine, and I've used it before and I absolutely love it. But this kind of technique is a little bit different. So let me show you some of the elements that we're going to use. We're going to use the border. They call them borderabilities. Nestabilities, borderabilities, impressibilities, all the abilities it has. So we're going to use this particular border here, the big scalloped border for the grand caliber, and this is great because this fits perfectly into the plates. So funny how that works, huh? And then we're going to use all of these different, I mean, you can use as many as you like, but these are all the different options that we have. And let me show you why we pick certain things. First of all, this right here, as you know, with Spellbinders, they always create multiple die templates for their packaging, so you get all these different sizes. So we're going to use the oval and the squares. And the reason why that's important, because that becomes the center of your frames. And then you can choose how you want the outside of your frame to look, depending on which die template you use. Okay, so these are the scalloped edges, and of course this cute little design here. I love this one right here, and then the oval scalloped. Okay, so depending on which one you're using, use this for the center and this for the outside. Now, in order to do this, I picked up a sheet of adhesive magnet. Okay, it comes in sheets like this. It comes in a big roll, or it comes pre-cut like this. It comes in strips, however you want it, but I'm going to use this one first because I want to show you how I did this. Basically, I just laid my paper right on it. I'm going to use the whole thing and save some of my other paper. Okay, just like that. I'm just going to cut the rest of it off because I might use it for something else later. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rest of my paper off too. Okay, so I have a magnet sheet just like that. Now, for the grand caliber, as you may or may not know, it comes with the cutting plates, because first the die templates cut, then they emboss by using the embossing plate. But because we're cutting out some magnets, I'm really not going to emboss. I'm just going to cut. So I'm going to set that aside for right now. And because I'm working on a wooden table, because this is my craft room, I don't have anything really to adhere the grand caliber to, because the grand caliber, whoops, the grand caliber has this. The grand caliber has this little suction thing to the bottom of it. So depending on what surface you're working on, you can adhere it right to the countertop and it holds it nice and firm. But it doesn't work on my wood table. So I'm using this little glass plate here that I use for jewelry making to help kind of secure the grand caliber so I can use both hands. Okay, so let me just show you kind of how we started the process here. This was a plain magnetic frame to begin with. And all we did, we took some pieces of coordinating papers and cut them so that they fit nicely across the top. And it still works as a magnet, by the way. So let me just show you, even with the paper over it, so it's great. And then we went ahead and embellished around that with some ribbon. Now this is part of the borderabilities. And you're going to cut 2 pieces of those and glue them, or you can adhere them to magnets and adhere them to the frame. And if you want to use magnets, then that's great, because then if you want to ever change your look, you can easily do that. Just pull off the border and make another one. So I'm going to show